in 3 main steps, we can start using repeat by variable in our dashboard. The first thing we need to do is to navigate to dashboard settings and then variables. Here I have added already an example variable, so we can take a look at it. The first thing we need to do here is to name our variable, as it's going to be used everywhere. And after that, we navigate to query options, and here we choose our data source, and then we indicate our query for fetching the values of our variable. As you can see, I have filtered my variable values based on the time range that I take in Grafana time range picker. And after our query is done, and we can see a preview of the values that we would like to get for our variable, we can go to selection options and enable multi-value. It is quite important to enable multi-value section here, as it is going to be used to repeat our panels. And include all option is optional. However, if we would like to see all of our variables at once, then it is nice to have. And after all of these are done, we are done with the settings, so we can apply and close the settings. And in our dashboard, what we need to do is to add a panel into our dashboard. And I have already added a panel here. And let's take a look at the settings in there. So here in my panel, I am querying the data I need, and I am filtering the data based on my variable value. This is quite important, as if we don't have this filtering, then even though the panels are being repeated, the data inside the panels will be exactly the same. So after adding the filtering, and I am also adding a filtering for the time based on the time that I pick in time range picker, we can go to panel options, and here we can use the variable also to show the name of the panel as well as a title. But the most important thing is in repeat options. Here, in order to be able to repeat our panel, we need to choose repeat by variable and pick the variable that we just created. So the variable that I created here is called batch step, so I'm going to pick that. And the other thing that we need to do here is to pick the repeat direction. We have two options, which are horizontal and vertical. Horizontal puts panels side by side based on the maximum panel count per row. Therefore, for example, if it's 2, it's going to put 2 panels side by side, and the third panel will be in a new row. And for vertical, every new panel will be in a new row. So every panel will be after each other. And after choosing the repeat direction, there is nothing more that we need to do. So we can just apply. And here, as you can see, all of our variable values, and I have picked 1, but I would like to see 3 of them, for example. So I am adding 2 more to it. And after applying this variable, our dashboards will have repeated panels according to the values that we chose in our variable. So as you can see, the values I have chosen are being repeated individually, and that is what we were aiming to do. And for the all option, we can choose all, and it will show all of our variable values and their data according to the variables in at once, without needing to choose